Yeah, in this video tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to calculate a compound, what we call composition function. This is composition, that function in a composition. So that's what I'm going to teach you in this video tutorial. But now, if you like what we are doing in this channel, if you like what I'm doing in this channel, please subscribe to enable me grow up my channel. Your subscription is needed. Subscribe to what encourages you. If you have subscribed before, comment and share to your friend. Thank you for appreciating what I'm doing. Let's go to the question. If f, the function, are two functions given as f of x equals to 2x squared and the g of x equals to 3x plus 1, they said find I, g of f2 and what? F of g2. G of f2, f of g2. That's what they ask us. Look at it. If function f are two functions given as f of x, 2x squared, and gx equals to what? 3x plus 1. We should find this. We come to solution. Look at the solution. Then what they give me two functions, and they want me to get the composition of these two functions. Then they give me to put at the end to find the value of what? 2. Then what will I do first? Look at the function. The first function is f of x equals to 2x squared. And the g of x equals to what? 3x plus 1. Then look at what they give me. G of f of x. These two I first represent it with x. I said these two, I have to represent it with x first. And I said g of f of x equals to what? This simply means what? G into f of x. Then what will I do? I will first execute g. The first thing I'm going to do, I will first what? Execute g. That's what I'm going to execute. I will first execute g. Then how am I going to do that? I will take the value of g to substitute for x here. Then what is function of g? G is the function of x and is equals to 3x plus 1. I'm going to remove the g and substitute this for x here. Then look at it. I'm removing the g now. What am I substituting for x here? I'm substituting the what? The function, the value, which is what? 3x plus 1. You remember what I said? This simply means the same as this. And for me to execute this, I will first execute g. And executing g is substituting the value of g. Look at the value of g in the what? F of x. Then now what did I do? I just say f g into f of x is equal to what? F into this x now have been taken. Look at the x, look at the value. I'm going to put it 3x plus 1. Then what I'm interested on is the function. Remember, look at the function gx and fx. So what I'm interested on is getting this, either this or this. So looking at this, I'll open this bracket. When I open this bracket, I will see that this times this will give me what? F of x. Look at the x here. I will call it f of x. This 3 will be times it plus 1. Look at what I'm interested on. F of x. I'm not interested in the word x. So this function will be what? F of what? X. This constant will multiply what? F plus what? 1. Then now when I have done that, the next thing I'm going to do is to execute this function. What is this function? Look at it here. F of x. F of x equals to 2x squared. I'm going to remove this and put what? 2x squared. Then put it now. Look at it, I'm putting it now. And this 3 will multiply everything I'm going to see inside. So as I remove this man, I'll put what? His function, his value, which is what? 2x raised to power 2. I put it here. Then 3 times this will give me what? 6x squared plus what? 1. And that's the value of f of fx. That's the value of that. Then now, but what they asked me is to find g of what? 2. I'm going to remove the x and put it 2. Now look at it. I'm going to remove x and put what? 2. And that's a g of f 2. G of f 2. That means any place I see x in this value, I'm going to put it 2. Any place I see x in this value, I'm going to put it 2. Therefore, I have to put 2 here. It becomes 2 raised to the power 2 plus what? 1. 2 raised to the power 2 plus 1. And this 6 is multiplying it. 2 raised to the power 2 will give me 4. 4 times 6 will give me 24 plus 1. And that 24 plus 1 give me 25. That means that my what? Gf of 2 is equals to what? 25. Gf of 2 is equals to 25. And that's the answer of what they asked me in question I. Question I said f of gx is the same thing as f into gx. Then for me to do this, I'll first execute f. I'm going to execute first f. And the function of f is given as what? Fx equals to 2x raised to the power 2. What does it mean? I'm going to use 2x raised to the power 2 and substitute for x here. Then f will go. Then what happened here? I said f into what? Gx. Then what is going to be? Equals to. I'm going to replace this with what? 2x raised to the power 2. Have you seen it? 2x raised to the power 2. And what am I interested on all this thing I'm doing? I'm interested on either what? F of x or gx. Either what? F of x or gx. So when I have substituted what? F into what? This function, I have 2x raised to the power 2. Then opening this bracket, this man is a constant, I bring it out. So I'm going to generate what? Fg into what? X all raised to the power 2. Because what I needed is what? Gx or what? F of x. Then now, this now, if I open this bracket, this x will be raised to the power 2 and the g will be what? Gx raised to the power 2. Then now, here now, what I have here is what? Gx. I'm going to substitute what? The value of gx. What is the value of gx? 3x plus 1. Look at g of x is 3x plus 1. I'm going to put it here. Removing this man, I'm going to put 3x plus 1. And I have 2 into 3x plus 1. And this all raised to the power 2. Then this is something as 2 into what? 3x plus 1 into 3x plus 1. Then I'm getting this. How did I get this? I can explain it here by saying 3x plus 1, that's what we have here, into what? 3x plus what? 1. I first did what? This times this will give me what? 9x raised to the power 2. Look at it here. That's what? This times this. 9x raised to the power 2. The next one is what? This times this will give me 3x plus this times this will give me again 3x, and the total, what is going to give me? 6x. 3x plus 3x will give me 6x. Look at 6x here. Finally, this 1 times x will give me 1. 1 times 1 will give me 1. Look at the 1 here. And that's how I get it immediately. Then next, opening this bracket, I have 2 times 9 will give me 18x squared. 2 times 6 will give me what? 12x. And 2 times 1 will give me what? 2. And that's the answer for the what? F of gx giving me this. But what they asked me to find f of g, that's f of g 2. Then look at it now. F of gx giving me 18x squared plus 12x plus 2. Then substituting this x to be 2, I'm going to put 2 for x any place I see in this place. Then I say 18 into 2 raised to the power 2 plus 12 times 2 plus 2. And that give me what? 4. 4 times 18 will give me what? 4 times 18 give me 72 plus what? 2 times 12 give me 24 plus what? 2. Adding this together give me what? 98. So f of g2 is equal to what? 98. And that's the answer of what they asked me to what? Find. That's the answer. And that's what we have for you today. If you enjoy what we are doing, subscribe to my channel to enable me to grow my channel. See you in the next video.